are celebrating the Women's Month, and the theme of this year is Inspire Inclusion. In your journey as a creative director, please share a little bit about your roles and responsibilities.
Sure. Hi, thank you for having me. I am our Global Creative Director at HCLTech. I work in our marketing organization, and I'm responsible for our in-house creative teams and also working closely on key brand campaigns and corporate marketing initiatives.
Wow, yeah. Okay, in your journey as a creative leader, how do you prioritize diversity and inclusion in your team?
I think it's important that employees feel that they can bring their whole selves to work. So as leaders, it's important to create a space where they can do that. And the first thing is to recognize that diversity isn't just about gender or race. There are many dimensions to diversity. So it's everything from age, religion, sexual orientation, ability, neurological diversity, and so many more. So understanding that each person on my team may have a different perspective, and many of us live at the intersectionality of both of those, or of multiple categories. Making sure that those people feel like they can come to me if they have something that they want to talk about or that they feel is a safe space. That, I think, establishing that within a team is the most important. And then it allows us to do better work because diverse teams produce better ideas and produce better quality.
Yeah. Any initiatives you have been part of in HCLTech around diversity and inclusion and how to empower women?
Diversity and inclusion is something I'm quite passionate about, so I'm excited that I was able to be part of creating our diversity campaign. So that includes internal and external campaign and creative to communicate both with our employees and employee resource groups about all the things that we're doing and to support them, as well as communicating that externally and giving a voice to those people on our social platforms. One way that we went about this is to make sure that all of the people that we were representing had a voice in the way that this was developed. So we worked with our employee resource groups to have them give input into the creative and the content for the campaign to make sure that they were comfortable with how it sounds and what it looks like. And we also used photos of our actual employees in the campaign, and so it's a way that we've been able to give equal representation to those people.
Yeah, that's amazing. You talked about assertiveness, in a role. For a young woman starting the career at this current stage in 2024, what suggestions would you like to give her?
Yeah, I think that, traditionally speaking, women have been taught to be obedient and quiet and take up small spaces. And so it's sort of often counterintuitive to be able to sort of claim your space in your career, in a work environment. And so first you have to get comfortable being uncomfortable, doing some things that feel a little bit foreign. I think you also sort of have to know your audience, right? Like there's places where you realize you have to be really assertive in order to be able to get something done or to make sure your voice is heard. And then there's other situations where that might be a little over the top. So you have to learn to sort of read the room and know how much is needed at a certain time, but also surrounding yourself with people that help you, support you and create pathways for you, but also can be a sounding board. So I think mentorship is a really important aspect of that as well.
I feel so too. Any closing thoughts on this year's theme around Inspire Inclusion? Where should we start? What should we change?
Yeah, I think inclusion starts at the top. It's important that executive leadership at any organization take diversity, equity, and inclusion very seriously, because when it becomes a corporate priority, that cascades throughout the organization. And it's not just about creating, recognizing diversity, it's that creating inclusion, creating a space where employees feel welcome and where they feel like they can be themselves at work and that they have the support systems in place to be successful. That happens at the top and it cascades throughout an organization. So it has to also, we have to lead with that and then support our people on the other end of it.
Absolutely, it has to trickle down top to bottom. But thank you so much for sharing your thoughts.
Awesome, thank you for having me.